What is going on, guys? It is Daniel Wright, and you're here listening to another episode of Paving the Way. And I hope your week has been great. I hope you're having a great Saturday morning, whatever it is you're doing, wherever it is you're at, whoever it is you're doing it with. I hope it's all great. So, thank you for tuning in with me today. As you know, we're at episode 57 and doing this twice a week for the most part. I know I've missed a couple here and there, but that's pretty cool to think about. I mean, that means we're 20 something weeks into this, and yeah, we're rocking and rolling. You're still here. I'm still here, and everything's good. So, guys, I want to talk to you today about a topic that has been coming up frequently in a lot of my conversations, whether it's personally, professionally, with other business owners, with team members on my team, whatever it may be. And it's really getting about what the concept of like a byproduct is, right? And I know today's show is called, significance as a byproduct, and I'll get to the significant part here in a minute, but a byproduct to me, the way I kind of define it, is literally like the result of two other things added together, right? Makes sense. By is two, product is like a result, a thing. So two things added together gets you a byproduct. And I believe that a lot of times we get so hyper focused on one thing or the other that we lose sight of what the ultimate goal is, which should be that byproduct, that end result, what we're trying to achieve and accomplish. And to kind of bring it home, a couple examples that I use all the time is in our company, if we encourage and train and equip people to grow and operate by our core values, we have 6 core values that operate our company. There are 6 commandments that we, eat, sleep, and live by. But if we train people on those, equip them with the knowledge to utilize them, and hold them to those standards, the byproduct of that will be a fantastic team, filled with great people, because we are having them live by these core things. So we have the thing, right? The core value that we have to instill in them. And then we have the other thing, which is the training and the equipping and the standards we hold to them. And when you put those things together, your result, the byproduct, is that great team. What is the byproduct of a great team that is filled with great people? It's a great company, right? So then you add something else. So you have a great team that is filled with great people. You have a great company. Well, what do those two things offer? They offer a great service or a product or whatever it may be to the end user. So the byproduct kind of never ends. It just keeps going and going and going, ultimately to, infinity, because someone's always going to be, receiving something from what you've done. In our business, it's the parking lot industry, the pavement industry. If we kind of run through the timeline of how that works for the byproducts, like I said, it's the core values that get them to be able to know what we expect out of our team members. And then it's from there, they take the training that we offer them and that we require of them to make sure that they can operate at a high level that's, ensures success for them, for our team, and for our company as a whole. So we go from the core values to the training to then the execution, that we expect them to put the training and the core values together to make sure the execution happens, to make sure that then gives the client the results they're looking for, which is ultimately going to give the next person, whether it's the investor or the owner of the property or things like that, the result they were looking for, which is protecting their assets or enhancing their curb appeal or whatever it may be, which is then going to give the, people who drive on it, walk on it, look at it every day, whatever it is, the goal that they're looking for, which is to have a nice looking, pavement, parking lot or whatever it may be. So like, it just never ends. Right. So it keeps going. So the byproducts is something that you really need to pay a lot of attention to when you're trying to track out the destination that you're trying to get to, because all those things connect together. 1 + 1 = 2, + 1 = 3, + 1 = 4, so on and so forth. And so bringing this to tie in with significance, right? So I believe in what was taught to me recently. I can't remember if I read it or if I listened to it. I know I posted it on my social media recently about the difference between significance and success. And to paraphrase it, success is fulfilling yourself. It's all about you. So you want to be successful. It stays self-centered and it's only you. You're only impacting you, yourself, and that is it. Significance is how much impact you can provide for others. Now, if I want to be significant, which I hope you do too, because if you want to just be successful, that's a pretty selfish way to live, in my opinion. But if you want to be significant, I want to be significant, we have to make sure that the genuine best interest of others is front of mind. All right. And when that happens, so whatever it is that you're helping other people with, if you're in the restaurant industry and you are wanting to provide people a fantastic dining experience with high quality food, great customer service, a great atmosphere, things like that. If you have the genuine interest at heart to make sure that your clients, your patrons that come in, experience all those to the highest degree, to the best way that you can possibly offer it to them. If that is your genuine interest to provide that to them, and right, we're getting back to the byproducts here, because that's step one, is we want to provide them the greatest experience that they can possibly have at your restaurant. But you have to also add in the fact that by doing so, by providing that experience to those clients, to those people who come to you, if that gives you genuine fulfillment yourself, right, those two things combined will offer significance. Okay, because you're impacting more people. The byproduct of that is the people are being impacted, and you're also fulfilled. Okay, so when those two things are happening simultaneously, you can't help but have a good, positive result that is going to just provide value to everyone that you come in contact with. That's something that, like I said, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday about, he was asking me, he's like, or not really asking me, but kind of just talking. He's like, what is, like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, like what my goal is, what my plan is with everything I'm involved in. And I asked him, I was like, well, what gives you fulfillment? And he's like, well, I love helping other people and growing their businesses and things like that. I said, okay. I said, so if you have a genuine interest in that and you can provide that to people with their best interest at heart, and you can do those things together, I said, that will give you a byproduct of significance. That will give you fulfillment and happiness and something that you will just be fueled with to keep pushing and growing and developing, right? So when you break it down that way, it sounds super elementary, but 1 + 1 is 2, right? You take the thing that you're trying to achieve and make sure that achieving that thing gives you ultimate fulfillment and happiness and satisfaction, combine them, and you have no choice but to have a great result. So that is my message for you this Saturday morning. I know it was kind of short, sweet, and to the point, but I hope you are having a great weekend. I hope you have great things in store, and I will see you guys on Wednesday.